When Everton goalkeeper Jordan Pickford made this tackle on Virgil van Dijk in the Premier League match against Liverpool on October 17, 2020, many feared the worst. Those fears were confirmed the next day. Van Dijk had to undergo surgery. He would need 9 months to recover and thus would miss the rest of the season. And although he would probably never admit to it, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp must have known that the chances of retaining the 2020 Premier League title, the first in 30 years, had gone out the window. Forget about the Champions League. And, just like Liverpool, the Netherlands' chances for success at Euro 2020 had vanished. Yes, football is a team sport and, in theory, the absence of one player should not decide the outcome of the season of a team. But there are a few exceptions. Some players are irreplaceable, and Van Dijk is one of them. But what makes him irreplaceable, so influential in a squad full of top players? In the next few minutes we will look in detail at 7 aspects of Van Dijk's game that make him maybe the most complete player ever in football. Despite what many may think, the starting point for Van Dijk's unique footballing ability does not lie with the ball. He can do what he does because of his exceptional body control. That in itself is rare because Van Dijk stands an imposing 1 meter and 93 centimeters. At almost 2 meters tall, Van Dijk is considered a giant of a footballer, and there are only a handful of players this size who can move and play as smoothly and stylishly as him. This is a big part of his natural talent. In a fraction, Van Dijk can adjust his body to angles and directions needed to deal with a challenge or to recover the ball, if possible. His body control gives him agility, creativity, and speed. These help him adapt whenever it's needed. Van Dijk's body control is also the basis for his exceptional technique on the ball, which we will get to later. One of the most important things Van Dijk draws from his world-class body control is strength. Because he almost always keeps his upper body as upright as possible, he can, at any moment, generate the power he needs to accelerate, jump, or win a physical battle. Almost everything Van Dijk does stems from his ability to master his body. When it comes to ball handling, Van Dijk is among the best in the world. Whether receiving a pass or taking over control of the ball against an opponent, Van Dijk is dominant and silky smooth at the same time. And although he can use his size and power to dominate opponents, he rarely depends on just his physical strength. Maybe because he is as big as he is, Van Dijk has a point to prove. Whatever his motivation, Van Dijk's technical style of play sees him commit relatively few fouls as a central defender. No matter who Van Dijk is up against, whether in attack or defense, he almost always tries to solve situations by applying his exquisite technique. One area where Van Dijk's technical skill level shows is when he takes over control of a ball in a defensive one-on-one. Not only does he take control, he always tries to do it in such a way he can switch from defense to attack in a heartbeat. And when he has control of the ball, Van Dijk is a genius in using his big frame. When he does that, it creates a large gap between the opponent and the ball. Next, play the ball to one of his teammates or drive into a gap that just opened up. As Liverpool's and the Netherlands' main defender, Van Dijk deals with dangers like losing the ball or reacting late, conceding goals and losing matches. So, he always scans the field. Always. One important thing that excellent ball control gives you as a player is the possibility to free up space in your head to deal with all the other stuff happening during a football match. That is one of the things that makes Van Dijk so good at what he does. His vision puts him one step ahead, nearly always. Van Dijk is constantly assessing, looking for threats and possibilities while keeping an eye on everybody else, teammates and opponents. It doesn't matter if he has the ball at his feet or if it's bouncing in front of him. Van Dijk is always looking up, thinking beyond the moment. Even when he's heading a ball, Van Dijk has his eyes open. Constantly scanning also means he's rarely surprised. That's probably the main reason why Van Dijk always seems relaxed, no matter how big the pressure. And his calmness reassures his teammates and strengthens their self-belief. Not only on the ground is Van Dijk dominant. He bosses the airspace in front of his goal and always poses a threat when in front of the opponent's goal, during set plays for instance. When making defensive headers, Van Dijk doesn't just want to head the ball away. He almost always tries to make it a precise pass to a teammate, to turn defense into attack almost instantly. Some argue that with his height, Van Dijk should be the boss in aerial duels. Well, being a tall defender doesn't automatically make you the boss in the air. Despite his height, Van Dijk always tries to jump higher than everyone else. His aerial dominance comes especially into play when in front of the opponent's goal. He has scored many important headed goals for club and country. Even if the ball in front of goal is not perfect, with the exceptional control he has over his body, he can make something out of nothing. Few defenders can make defending look as easy as Van Dijk does. One-on-one he is very difficult to beat. Whether it is in the air or on the ground, Van Dijk most of the time has the upper hand, and only when necessary will he make a sliding tackle. As we showed earlier, Van Dijk always scans his surroundings, putting him a step ahead of most. And almost always he sticks to the first rule of defending. As a defender, especially in one-on-one situations, the ball is the least important thing. First, cut off your opponent. Stop them from doing what they have in mind. Next, force them to change their plans. Make them pass to a teammate or turn back. Or force them into making a mistake, all without even touching the ball. anticipating on the attacker's most likely next move, stabbing the ball away, or taking over control of the ball. There have been few who have mastered this way of defending as well as Van Dijk, having the mental upper hand as a defender, while the opponent has the ball. It is an art. The modern-day central defender must not only defend. They must be able to control the ball, make accurate passes, short and long, and change positions. They are the ones who have to start the attack. Virgil van Dijk is a prototype of the modern creative footballing central defender. Van Dijk moves and plays like a creative midfielder when he has the ball. He has a fierce shot and is also a free kick specialist. Although these days he doesn't get too many chances to score from free kicks compared to his days at Celtic. Through balls, crosses, assists and goals. Van Dijk is a central defender who is more than often valuable in attack. On November 19, 2019, away at Germany, trailing 2-1 in injury time and in search of an equalizer, the Dutch coaching staff changes the system and sends Van Dijk, their central defender, to play as the striker. And as a true leader, number 4 delivers, scoring a last-minute equalizer, sending the Dutch national team into the semi-final of the UEFA Nations League. Directing traffic, asking questions, demanding, taking charge. Virgil van Dijk is a natural leader, the kind others will follow into battle. He reassures his teammates, the coaching staff and fans. Yes, club tradition dictates that Jordan Henderson is officially Liverpool's first captain, but clearly Van Dijk is the real leader of the team. Number 4 has the exact same influence on the Dutch national team, where he is the undisputed leader and captain. That ever-present leadership on the field is what Liverpool missed last season when Van Dijk was out. They relinquished the Premier League title and finished only 4th. And the Netherlands? Well, their Euro 2020 adventure ended in misery. But Virgil van Dijk, the leader, is back. Liverpool and the Dutch national team are looking good and confident again. And with his aura of invincibility back in the team, Netherlands could be on their way to a memorable World Cup. And Liverpool? Well, Jurgen Klopp can dream again of winning a title and perhaps even the Champions League. It is all possible again, now that Van Dijk is around.